Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. Today I got another book review for you. This one is a non-fiction book. It is titled The Cold Vanish, Seeking the Missing in North America's Wildlands by Jon Billman. Jon Billman is a journalist who has written for Outdoor Magazine and several other magazines over the course of his career. He also wrote the book When We Were Wolves. I haven't read that one yet, but that one is on my to-read book because of The Cold Vanish. The Cold Vanish is focuses on strange disappearances, people who venture out into the woods or national parks and mysteriously disappear. And it happens a lot more than I guess the national parks or officials are willing to admit. And yeah, so this book, he mentions several disappearances in the book, but throughout the book we're following one primary storyline, which is the disappearance of a bicyclist named Jacob Gray. Jacob disappeared back in April 6th of 2017, and this book follows Jon Billman was sort of partnered up, well, not partnered up, but he went along for the ride with Jacob's father, Randy Gray, as Randy pretty much did an Herculean effort to finding his son. And that's really what the book winds up being. It's really a love letter to Randy Gray and a lot of the men and women out there who give up almost their daily lives to go and look for these people who are missing. People who have disappeared seemingly without a trace. In the case of Jacob Gray, he left home, supposed to be going on a trip with his bicycle. He wanted to go for an extended trip, just his bicycle. He wanted to minimize his life, scale down and take a soul-searching journey trip. He was supposed to be heading to Vermont from Santa Cruz, California. His bicycle was found along the Soul Duck Hot Springs Road. That was in Olympic National Park in Washington. And his bicycle was there. A lot of his belongings were there. Not all of them, but a lot of them. And quite mysteriously, there were 4 arrows. He did have a bow and arrow set with him, but there were 4 arrows that were stuck in the ground right next to his bicycle. And that was all that was there. Nobody knew where he went. They didn't know if he went into the water. They didn't know if he went up onto the mountain. They didn't know what happened to Jacob. And so this book, The Cold Vanish, it follows Randy Gray, his father, his pursuit of trying to find out what happened to his son. Was his son still alive? Where did he go if he was? And really, it is an incredible and touching story that is really mind-boggling in the scope of the lengths of which Randy Gray went to find his son. And yeah, and along the way we meet some very eccentric people who also are dedicate their lives to finding the people who have gone missing in this world. One is a bloodhound handler named Duff. He has very unique ways of training his bloodhounds for doing the job that they do, and it's really incredible to see the amount of work that he puts in. And yeah, but all throughout the story, it brings to light the discrepancies in the national search and rescue. Well, not even the national, but the regional search and rescue organizations, and how they interact with each other and how they're not allowed to do certain things unless they're asked, and the national parks have their way of handling things, and they only do things when certain criteria are met. They'll spend thousands and thousands of man hours looking for this particular person, but not for this particular person. It's really eye-opening, and I know that David Paulides, who is the author of Missing 411, has shed a lot of light on the inadequacies of the national park systems, search and rescue teams, and authorities, and how they go about looking for people, cataloging how many people are missing, who's missing, from where, when. You know, it's really a disaster to see the potential of what could go wrong, and in a lot of cases does. So yeah, it's an eye-opening book. It's a heartwarming book. It's a bittersweet book. It's a heartbreaking book. But it's really well worth your time. It is over 300 pages long. It is a little bit long, but it reads very quickly. I got through it really a lot quicker than I usually do with books, especially nonfiction books, because I'm not a big nonfiction reader, but this one really gripped me. Part of the reason is because I am interested in how people go missing in the woods and there's no signs, and they all the mysteries that surround it. But this book really captured my attention, and the story was just incredible and real. That's the amazing part of it. They say truth is stranger than fiction, and in this case it truly is. And if you're interested in mysteries, if you like watching the ID channel and those kind of things, this is definitely a book that you might want to look into. The Cold Vanish by Jon Billman. I give it 5 stars out of 5 stars. I truly enjoyed it. Yeah, so that's it. Like I said, I'll put a link down in the bottom here for you to go pick it up if you want to on Kindle or on hardback at Amazon. So I definitely highly recommend it. All right, that's what I have for you today. I hope you liked it, and I'll be seeing you again with another review soon. Thanks.